over to him. I said, what you say? He said, I'll kill you. And he was halfway in his house, halfway out, and I pushed him. He fell into his closet. He tumbled down, and he kept on with the threats. I didn't hear what he said. Me and my brother was walking away, and I had turned my head just to look, and he was going toward the kitchen. That's when he grabbed the knife and he cut me. And then the knife fell to the ground, and then I started beating him down.
Okay.
And then I put my hands up in the defense mode. That's when he cut me.
And where did this happen in the...
In the hallway, halfway in his apartment. He was halfway out of the apartment, halfway in the apartment.
And that's where it started?
And that's where it started. We didn't say nothing to him. We were just walking out the apartment, and he was the one that was making all the threats. And I said, I'm not. No. I said, say what? I said, and then he's going to continue after he was being beat down. And I said, I'm the one with the defensive mode.
It sounds like the fight, they were fighting outside the apartment. He kind of went over towards Zach because he had threatened him, saying, you mess with Priscilla again, I'll kill you. So he's like, what'd you say to my brother? And he walked towards Zach. They were kind of like right outside of Zach's doorway. He says something to him. He pushes him, kind of falls into like the cell, the door jam area. They start fighting. He's getting the better of Zach. Zach kind of crawls into his apartment, but it's almost still like a tussle. They go into Zach's apartment. Zach grabs a knife, tries to defend himself. The only thing that he saw was that Zach had the knife, that they were tussling and the door closed. He didn't see anything after that. All he heard was the commotion, and he has a knife kind of thing, and then everything's all said and done, he has a knife in his hand when he come walking out, or when he opened up the door. He had got it from him. It still doesn't, some of the stuff doesn't match what he's saying compared to what's on Homeboy's neck.
And so at that point, you started fighting him. What were his actions?
Look, I didn't. Like, this guy had the knife first, like he was defending himself.
Right. And then if they're outside, then this guy follows into his apartment.
So it was more like, yeah, he followed, well, they were arguing, and they kind of met, like, outside of the apartments in the hallway. But he, like, met him. And what the brother says, the reason he started to defend himself because Zachary postured up. So he shoved him.
Okay, so did this whole altercation take place in the hallway?
Yeah, I tried to drag him out of the hall. I don't know where. It started in the hallway, but then we ended up with the wrestling, tussling, and all that. Back in some parts of his apartment, some parts out in the hall, some parts in the apartment, some parts in the house. It was going back and forth, so I can't tell you which was which.
So, Larry, what I'm trying to find out, when we showed up, there was already blood leading up to the door that we came in, all the way down the hall. So I'm trying to find out, how did that blood get there? Because you're saying, and your brother said, everyone said it started right there.
No, it did start. No, because he came out.
So how did the blood get all the way down to the door?
No, remember when I said we were walking away? Mm-hmm. That's when he came and lunged at me, and I put my hands up defensively and tried to defend both me and my brother from him. He was the one who he came, and then that's when I started, and then it ended up, by the time you guys did get there, we were closer to his apartment and everything than down the way. So it did start there, but it ended where Remember when you came in and that's what, and he was coming down. Remember when he was walking down and then he tried to, I was like, brother, you were walking just fine. Then all of a sudden you see him now. All of a sudden you want to fall against the wall. Really?
Right.
And then that's when somebody said, I'm getting back. And at that point I was just angry. I'm not getting back. I'm trying to think. You tried to stab me? We ain't doing that. Not in this world. I know what world you come from. But you attacked me. And if they sit there, oh, he got to, I sit there, when they clean you up and we go wherever we going, because I'm suing everybody, even when I calm down, somebody's paying for it, because you ain't got not one goddamn defensive phone on. I do. Now, that under Colorado about that, you are the one going to jail. You better. I'm the one in the police car, got handcuffs on, and so somebody gonna pay. I don't care who pay, but somebody gonna pay. You gonna pay a little, they gonna pay a little, everybody gonna pay. Because Pueblo itself, last time in their bucket, they only got $600 million. I'm doing them for 9. And that means the city gonna go bankrupt. I don't care.
All right, Larry,
But you don't sit there and threaten my family, me, my brother's handicapped, and you gonna threaten somebody? It don't work like that.
so
It's
let
called
me
defense
just,
being black. No, it don't work like that, child. I don't know where the hell you from, but I was born in Georgia. And it don't work like that. Not one fucking bit. Your ass better go to jail and stay there, and they better pack your shit and move your ass up out of here. I don't give a goddamn where you go. But you can go straight to hell, all I give a fuck. But you ain't staying here. I've been here 13 years, you ain't. But you ain't staying here. You and that crippled son of a bitch, you out of here. Because the last time you tried to get me arrested, you guys started stuff. No. I'm tired of, I've been trying to tell the apartment company they ain't moved you people yet. Now, I had to go through this, and now somebody threatened me and tried to kill me? Your ass is all getting up out of here. Somebody getting up out of here.
so Larry, all right, I just want to make sure that I got this timeline right. So you came down to your brother's room,
At between 1:10
and
to get the milk. And he
You
stood
guys
by
met
his
up?
door frame threatening us. And as we were walking away, he continuously threatened and that. And then we started where the blood was at, and then back, it was just up all the way around. Because see, at first, the way he was saying it, I'll kill you. It was like a dream, just like, I'll kill you, okay? Everybody says that. If you're friends with somebody, you say, oh, I'm going to kill you. But it's a friendly justice, nobody really means it. But as we were walking away, and then you run and get a knife, and then you come at us, brother, that's a little bit more than this, I'm say, handicap. You are serious, and if anybody, you placed a whole bunch of people in harm's way.
so he comes out, he threatens you.
He
Then
said both me and my brother.
right,
He didn't threaten me directly because I didn't hear my name the first time. He
Right.
didn't say nothing to me.
so he threatened you and your brother, and then you continued to walk away, right?
Yes,
That's what
me
you
and my
said?
brother, we were going, because we had something to do. We had to go get some milk.
And he went back into his apartment.
No, we went at first. I wouldn't even say it. At first he said it was such a place away. I didn't catch it. And he said it, and I pushed him, and he went into his closet. And that closet is going up apartment. You see a closet right there. He went into that. And he kept on saying something, and then he stumbled towards the kitchen. He was walking away. And then that's when he lunged towards me. He had, see where your hands are at right there? Go out the door, but go like you're going towards the gun, and then bring your hand up here, I say, about a 15-degree angle. Like that. And then he tried to stab me, and I put my hand up in the defensive mode, and that's when he cut me. And then me and him started going at it. And then that's when he started, I don't know when it started, but he started kind of hitting me in soft spots in my face. Like eyes, and then I got him in his eyes, his nose, his mouth, everything. And then he kept on with the threats. And I'm like, brother, you don't make threats when you're on the losing end. You make threats when you're on the winning end. I said, has anybody ever set you down and told you who the victor is the one you don't try to sit and talk crazy to? Because that's why they call it the victor. You can talk crazy, but don't.
So at that point, that's about when after the tussle when we showed up.
Yeah, when he started, then he fell into the wall, and I'm like, wait a minute. You had enough strength to contact, even though to get up, walk towards the police and all that, then stumble when you see them. I'm like, really? I said, boy, stop doing it. If I get 6 years old, I said, boy, you need to quit with all that. I said, you're going to stumble before they come. Make it look real. Roll around the ground, scream, holler, pull your hair out, do something. But make yourself look good.
At any point, once it started, did you try to walk away and he wouldn't let you?
No, me and my brother both tried to walk away. And then, as we were going towards the exit door, I had turned around just to look like where you're at, and I saw out the corner of this eye right here that he was tumbling towards the kitchen, and that's when he grabbed that steak knife. And then I was trying to protect my brother, and I put my hands up in the defensible, and that's when he cut me, and then we started going at it. I said, okay, I had enough. No, something, all I saw in my eyes was red. And then me and him tried to touch everything known to mankind. And then, I don't know, we ended up, when you were coming, we had just, I let him up because I saw the police coming in the door, and I let him, and then that's when he went by my brother, and if you notice, he put his hand on the wall, and then he fell down. And that's when I got him, because that was just, the lie, first lie, and then that, I said, I can't take no more of it. I said, boy, you need to quit lying. There's nothing wrong with you. What's that? You gonna roll in some dirt and tell them to call an ambulance if you're gonna have a heart attack or something? You're gonna have a heart attack if I put my foot in your ass.
Well, he definitely has cuts on his hand and his neck.
Huh?
He has cuts on his...
I was beating him down.
No, these are like knife cuts.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because when I took the knife from him,
Uh-huh.
I don't, like I said, we were tussling, he was trying to get a hold of the knife, and I had the handle, and I think he had the other end of the knife, and yeah. So I said there, no. I said there,
All right, take us through that part again.
No, because he cut me right here,
Which hand?
right here.
The left hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I grabbed the knife from him, and then I don't know what happened after that, because I had the knife handle, and he was trying to grab the knife. He said, he kept on saying it like about 6 or 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the losing end. I said, I'm thinking to myself, you don't say that when you're on the losing end, you say it when you're on the winning end.
Okay.
But he kept on saying it and all that, and I was beating him down. And
Okay.
then we ended up at the one end of before you guys got there, and then back, and then started in his apartment a little bit out.
You mean in the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
All the way down the hallway?
A little bit. Not all the blood did not get on the door until he fell down it. You know how he put his hand on the door, and if you look, the blood is going down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a downward motion. That's like you sliding down.
Right.
It's not like the blood splattered.
But right outside this door, there's blood.
Yeah, it starts like right as soon as you
We
get
didn't
into
get to
the
that
building.
door. Nobody got to that door.
Well, there's blood everywhere.
No, we didn't get to, no. I don't know whose blood that is, but he did not get to no door. So you might want to have your CSI people come, because he didn't get to no damn door. No. He was at his door in the hallway. That's it. If some blood's on that door, it's somebody else's blood, not his. Or mine.
Okay.
Because I can't even lie and say, I was by that door. No, I was not. No, were you. I said, we can sit there and argue. I sit there, well, and we go, and then proving that's neither of ours, because I'm father. I was in DOC and I know a crime scene, and you were nowhere near that goddamn door. So, whoever blood that is, that means they either tampered with the evidence or trying to make evidence that was not there in the prison. And not only are you going to go to prison, and I'm going to make sure you go to prison for, and it's called federal prison, because it's no longer state prison. Well, you probably will go to a state prison, but you'll end up in a federal. And that person who tried to help you, they're going to end up right beside you. I'm going to make sure of that.
So once
Because
you got
you
the
never got
knife from him, it's
We were
like
testing, when I did the offensive mode and I went up to try to fix it for my brother, he got some, and I can't say how he got it, but I do know he did grab, he had onto the knife. He did not have the handle, I had the knife.
okay.
That's one thing I do.
And so once that happened, is that about the time we showed up or what?
No, by the time I saw you guys go, I let him up and he was right, he went a little bit past my brother. He got up, He had his hand up against the wall and he slid down, and his hand was bloody, and that's when you see the blood went down. Okay. And then he cut me. I'm like, I just looked, my brother looked at him, and I looked at him, I'm like, really? I can be a lot of things, but I ain't gonna lie. And that's a lot. Blood on the, whose blood? Let's test the blood, because it sure ain't mine.
Right, well, that's what I'm trying to there's a lot of blood in that hallway.
There's a lot of blood in the house.
There's a lot of blood.
We're tossing back and forth.
And I know you're saying you're tossing back and forth. But it starts at the beginning of the hallway, or
No,
where it starts, I don't know. But it goes from his apartment all the way down the hallway to the door to get outside. So
No, he did not make it to the door. So that means somebody took him to the door. Because when I talked with the strike, the sergeant, yeah, somebody took him to the over there to the door.
well, when
But
he
there was
showed
no
up,
blood.
you guys were in front of his apartment, right? You had the mess in your
I
hands.
had to knock him out in because he tried to go pick it up again, and I was gonna pick it up and hand it to him. But if you see his hands on it, my fingerprints on it, it's just back and forth. But I no time did he get to that front door right there, and because I'm sitting there. Yo, we can sit there and debate this all day, but look, I have 4 or 5 people in your tell you did not fix that goddamn door. So, you can, anybody can say what they want to say. Let's do this. Let's make plea bargains, whatever. I guarantee you, I'm gonna come out the victim. And God knows you don't want that. You really don't want that. And don't get no public pretender. A public pretender.
What was
Oh, you got the dog.
how was your brother
He was in the back.
reacting during the whole thing? You didn't get involved at all?
Yeah, he got involved. And I told him to get off me. He tried to get involved and I told him to get off me. I was like, no.
He tried to pull you off?
I don't know what he tried to do. He was on top of me. And then, I didn't know, so, and I told him just get off. I said, I got this.
Matt was involved at all? Did he ever...
Him nor Nancy. I told Nancy to have him have Nancy call the police.
Alright, man. Well, I'm going to talk to Nancy as well, okay?
Okay.
Nancy lives in 105.
Right. I'm going to
Alright,
talk to her, but...
Give Sarge your rundown.
So, the guy, Zach, who got cut, said that he was in his apartment, he heard some commotion outside, thought it might be Amazon, so he looked. He saw Larry and Jeffrey. He was telling them to keep their hands off Priscilla, somebody who was not involved in this, but apparently they've hurt in the past, he was saying. So he started telling them to keep your hands off of her. If you don't, you'll have consequences. So they attacked him. Zach said Larry attacked him, pushed in through his door. Zach tried to grab a knife. Eventually, Larry ended up with the knife, and that's how Zach got cut. Larry you said he does have a cut on his hand? So Larry has a cut on his hand, and he said that Zach tried to gouge his eyes in, and it looks like one of his eyes is kind of messed up. Zach did admit to, he did say when he was fighting him, he was trying to do that to get him off. Then, it just continued like that. I'm having a hard time figuring out how they got from in the apartment to out of the apartment, and we can't find out how
talking to this dude, he admitted he chased Zach in the apartment.
Okay. Well, so yeah, he did admit that, he followed Zach into the apartment. But when we got to here, they were in the hallway, so I'm not sure about, when they came out. I can't figure out how the blood was already, when we got here, the blood was already up to the door. So we walked in and saw the blood, and everyone's saying that all of it took place in the hallway right there, right in front of the apartments, essentially. Didn't get much farther than that, but it's all the way down to the end. I'm going to talk. Nancy's one of the neighbors. It sounds like she didn't see a whole lot, but she stepped out. And Jeffrey told her to go back into her apartment, so I'm going to talk to her, ask her what happened.
Yes. Yeah. Just want to go forward now.
Jeffrey said that both Larry and Jeffrey were walking out of Jeffrey's apartment. It was 102 or 104. So right there, they were walking north to go pick up their mail. that's when Zach stepped out and said, "Hey, you better let him."
Hey, pull forward a little bit more. You're good.
Zach,
This guy Larry.
yeah, this is Larry. Zach crawled back into his apartment, grabbed a knife. Larry kind of followed him into the apartment. That's so you can see the blood. You can see in the apartment. That's where his blood starts. And then Larry's saying that when they came out of Jeffrey's apartment, Jeffrey and him were kind of paying him no mind. He came out and took their hands off, so they walked a little bit closer and said, "What?" He said that. They turned and we were just walking. So paid him no mind. Zach went into his kitchen and grabbed a knife, and that's when the fight started. That's how he got cut, because Zach had the knife first. He said he, at some point, got the knife, and he was holding it by the handle, and Zach grabbed the blade. He tried to take the knife back. And none of these stories really make sense to me. So that's, he's saying that he didn't use the knife, but Zach does have the cuts on his neck. And Larry's kind of said, like, okay, well then after the fight, and yeah, I had the knife. But he's saying that Zach, if he got cut, it's because he grabbed the blade and tried to pull the knife out of his neck.
Yeah, he's definitely got some
Yeah, he's got some.
on his neck. He's got some other facial stuff. His finger ran up pretty bad.
That was bad.
Who called?
So that's Larry saying he thinks he called. Jeffrey saying that he thinks, or King told me Jeffrey said he called. Both Larry and Jeffrey said that they told Nancy to call. Zach supposedly called, and then the gentleman here I didn't have a chance to talk to when we got to the door. He called. He said he called.
So check with dispatch to see who actually called.
Ken, the dude up here with Zach, he allegedly called.
Yeah.
He heard the commotion, so I would talk to Nancy and Ken. So I definitely think, based off what Manny got from this dude, start in the hall, he goes inside, there's blood on the floor, that's where the main stabbing took place. This dude might have a little mark, but I think Ken's got significant stab wound that's going to cause all that blood. I mean, even when here, he's dripping like
Yeah. But all three of them, like, not said that it wasn't up to the door. So I don't know how the blood got up to there.
Did you guys see the blood on the first copy?
Yeah, when we walked in the door, it was already on the ground there.
That's why I said we have blood. Alright, let's get with Nancy, because she's probably going to be the most.
Yeah, it sounds like she stepped out of her
Yeah.
apartment while they were the altercation was going. So
She's probably going to be the
Right
most
now.
unbiased out of them all.
yeah.
So let's talk to her.
Okay.
Nancy, the one in the blue? According to Zachary, he's telling her, help me, call the police or something like that. She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, talk to her and talk to him and Ken said that he was heard a big loud commotion.
The same incident, you guys came out here one time, and the same guy that is being accused now, I never reported it, but I'm going to. I don't have a car. I haven't had a bus pass. But you guys came out and you knocked on my door, but I was too afraid to come out.
Are you Priscilla?
Yeah. So
Get her info too. My partner here will talk to you.
Yeah, he just said that. He said that he heard the loud commotion. He came outside, saw all the shit. He told people to knock it off, and then that's when the dude in the wheelchair. Because he's like, what's your guys' problem? Just chill out. He's like, you white people are a problem. That's what the guy in the wheelchair said.
Spell your name.
So this is the one that's
No, this is she's the catalyst to where we're at.
Who got assaulted by who?
He got assaulted by.
Apartment 204.
You were like literally right down the street.
Dude. Yeah. Well, I was still here, and then I heard it. I was getting ready to shoot over here, and you guys jumped on it, so it worked out perfect. Or else it'd probably been worse.
So that one is
You got hurt after? Look at my finger. See it? All bruised. I don't know
Oh, you played too?
Yeah. I thought I broke it for a second. I'm like, oh.
I know false charges, but he saw the guy slap me on the wall with his wrist. Yeah. And I was supposed to, you guys came and knocked on the door, but I was scared to answer the door, but now that I hear about this, like it scared me more. I was trying to not make problems, but this is too much. I take care of my mom who's sick and I have to go take care of her now, and it was always the case then.
So, because I've been having some issues.
Larry slapped you on the back.
He was slapping me to sleep on my back. This one, I was going into my apartment door, and I was feeling my brother coming. I walked in. It all started because I told his brother to come in. He's disabled. And Larry was helping me. I asked to get food. I never told him I just lost out. And then when him and his brother were walking, I was up to the motorbike.
Because that's the problem. Oh, well, your insurance. Yeah, your insurance.
I'm talking about your time off.
I said hello. I didn't know they were talking.
I thought Affleck was just one.
Never once. I never even spoke to him. I but he's done that before. Apparently, with the medication, he said the whole time he's got hospital.
So, walked into your apartment, he hit me, and I noticed mine. Did it hurt a little bit?
Hey, we'll deal with that part the other day, another time. We're still dealing with this right now. Nancy's in 104.
Where are you going, Priscilla?
Yeah, I know. I wish you would have made the police report the first time because then we could have got rid of them.
Yeah.
Nancy?
Have her step into the apartment.
Yeah, do you mind? Yeah, go back in the apartment. Do you mind if we come in and talk to you real quick?
It's hot in here, man. I bet.
There's Officer Freeman. Can you explain to me what happened?
Well, I was in here and all of a sudden I heard some noise out there in the hallway. And I opened the door and it was all it, because Zach lives right there. And I heard it all and I went over there and they were both on the floor. They had, Zach had the knife Larry's trying to get it away from him.
Okay.
Jeff across the hall, he was on the floor in the hallway. I thought something had happened to him. And that scared me because he's a big boy. And he just doesn't fall for nothing. So, but Zach, he's got a mouth that won't quit. He's even had a fight with me. It was none of his business. He gets in everybody's business. He doesn't tend to his own. He's got to come and find somebody else to fight with. And he got me one day.
All right. So what happened today? What do you recall? What the noise was that you heard that made you get up and step out?
Yeah, I was in here. I had an interview, and all of a sudden I was wondering what was going on. So I went out in the hallway, and I saw Jeff on the floor in the hallway. And I went over there trying to help him up. And I looked into Zach's room, apartment, and I saw Larry and him on the floor.
Where did you see him on the floor? You said.
Larry was trying to get that knife away from Zach
And where was that at?
in the apartment.
In Zach's apartment. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, they were in the bedroom. They were right on the floor.
All right, Nancy.
How did you see them?
Huh?
How did you see them in the apartment?
Because the door was wide open. And it's just like this set up.
Right, but it
it's
goes this
just
way.
Reversed.
Yeah, it goes
So
this way.
when the door was wide open, you look right into the bedroom and they were on the floor.
Okay. You didn't go into the apartment?
No, I didn't, because I tried to help Jeff get up, because he was on the floor.
And what happened after that?
After that, I came back, because Jeff hasn't told me, go back into your apartment. So I stood right there at the door, and Zach came out of there. They went into the hallway fighting, because Zach still had a knife on him. And blood started flying away. I even got her on me. So, that was it.
Who still had the knife?
Huh?
Who still had the knife?
Zach.
All right, Nancy. What's your last name?
LeBron. Just
Yeah.
like LeBron James.
You know, I have all her stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, you, just to clarify real quick, you heard a noise coming out from the hall? Do you recall exactly what that noise was, or just a commotion?
All I heard was Zach saying, get off of me.
Okay. Zach saying, get off me. You stepped out. What did you see? The first thing you saw when you opened
The
the door?
first thing I saw was Jeff, the big guy, on the floor.
Okay. Jeff
That's
on the
why I
floor.
went over there.
And then you walked over to Jeff,
And
and
I
that's when you
looked
saw in the apartment?
I looked into the apartment and both Larry and Zach were on the floor.
Okay. Both of them on the floor. You came back to your apartment at that point?
Because Jeff told me go back into your apartment.
Okay.
So I came in and I stood right there by the door. And I watched from there.
And what
And
did
then I saw them like almost fall into the hallway.
Okay.
And the knife came out. And that's where the blood even got on me standing right there in the hallway.
And the knife came out, what do you mean by that? Could you explain that to me?
It's like it was thrown into the hallway. Because it was right there in front of his door.
Okay. And who had it again? At that
Zach.
point? Okay. Is that when you then came into your room?
I came back in here because even Jeff told me, go back in.
Okay. Did you call police?
No, I was, but my phone is messed up, so somebody else did.
Okay.
I think it might have been him.
Okay. Alright, Nancy. Did you see anything else that you think that you're going to tell me? Anything that seems important?
No.
All right. Thank you, Nancy.
Okie dokie.
Open that real quick.
It's locked. Do this first.
I'll go over you later.
I was actually sitting in front. I can ask him.
He's got a cat. Be careful with the crap.
Okay.
He's still outside.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, Zach is, but the cat's not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He just wanted to.
Okay, wait.
There you go. I mean, if they deserve it.
Yeah, but it, like freaking.
You guys want a baby? Want to take him to jail?
The baby to jail?
Yeah.
It'll probably still be.
Yeah,
He's
he needs to
innocent.
take it for keeping his mom up all night and pooping everywhere and peeing on me.
Hey, Zach, do you want to go look in the apartment again?
Yeah, sure. Come on.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to
What
meet you.
is that? It's really nice out
It's
here.
a peroxide. What
Oh,
are
I
you
was
doing? What's in
like-
your hand?
I thought it was cold.
What's your hand doing over there?
You do it,
What happened?
I'll tell you later.
Sorry, ladies.
So where in here did everything start?
Well, like I said, I opened like the door just to see, and they were right there, and that's when I said, don't be picking on Priscilla, we can all have a conversation and talk about it. And then he, like I said, he was right there, just right past his door. And then he came down and said, "What did you say?" And I said it again. And then they charged me in, like I said, Jeffrey was like pushing. He threw his little fucking, whatever the hell that thing is, the walker thing. And then Larry was like on top, like grabbing me by the neck, pushing me to the floor. Like they were tackling me down to the ground. So I was just like all over the floor here. You can see probably my handprints and feet, because I was trying to get up. Like I couldn't get up because and then when I was like, stop, it just kept happening. So at some point I realized it wasn't gonna stop. So I crawled up and he slammed my head over here, and then I was just trying, and he was trying to do it really hard, and I was falling down, so I just kind of like grabbed onto the counter and pulled myself up, and I always leave the knife right here, like right here. And I had it, and that pissed him off even more that I was grabbing the knife, and then he tried to stab me with the knife, like over and over again. It was like me wrestling him off of me on the floor as he's trying to push it into my chest. And then at some point he got behind me and was like, he's just trying any angle he can to stab me with this thing.
So when you grabbed the knife, how did it get from you grabbing it to him having it?
Because he pulled it out of my hands. Because he was, like I said, he was trying to get me. He was behind me. Because at some point, he was kind of like to the side of me at some point, and he was wrapping his arms, trying to stop me from like being able to use my hands. And then he was grabbing me by the neck and like pulling me back, and I grabbed the knife. And then he had his other hand. He was trying to get the knife, and then he took his fucking, his thing off my neck and was grabbing the knife, and then he got it away from me because I'm tired. I was tired at that point, He hadn't. I was, on the floor with both of them on top of me, and Jeffrey weighs a fucking ton. I was having a hard time even just crawling. So I was trying to just get anything I could, and I was just screaming for help.
Okay.
But and at some point, like I said, he had the knife, and he had it the whole, like at the end, like I couldn't get it. I told him, I said, stop. Like at some point, I got calm, And I was like, I was like, look, this doesn't need to happen. And he let go for a second. I got out, and then I was trying to find my phone. I couldn't find it, and that's when I was stumbling down the hall to you guys. Because like you said, it just fucking taken several blows to the head. And
So then, well, at what point were you able, how'd you get from being in here and fighting, walking out?
Because I dragged my ass out of there.
Okay.
Like I wasn't walking out like this. It was more like me, like this, trying to slide my ass to the,
What was Larry doing while you were?
like on top of me, trying to stab me with the knife, trying to kill me, trying to stick his thumb in my eyes, like literally like this, where this is. I mean, like literally, that's what this is from. It's from him trying to stick his fingers in my eye. I mean, like crazy shit, like just nuts.
And about what time, about how long after you got out into the hall was it that we showed up?
You were showing up like at the end of it. Like at the end of it, like he stopped because Ken at some point came out and was like, I'm calling the police, and thankfully you guys were like here. And it was like, I think at some point he realized it wasn't worth it. But then when you guys were down, when I came back down the hall, because at one point I did go down the hall and I realized I had to shut my door because I didn't trust him in my house, and I didn't know if he was going to try to take my phone because I have 4 minutes. I don't know what it is, but it's like 4 minutes of him just like fucking, just crazy shit. Like just, I was trying.
Today?
Yeah, I don't. I don't know why there's no sound. He did something. I was having a hard. It was so bad. He was slamming my phone so hard I couldn't get the fucking thing to record. I mean, this is me trying to get off the ground. I am trying to get the hell off, get him off of me. And at some point, I'm just like I said, I can't do it. I swear, oh God, I wish the fucking volume was there, and I can't get the volume on it because it didn't give me the option. And it was just like I said, it was just him. Here's another one of me just trying to, for the life of me. There's Jeffrey. See, Jeff, I'm on the ground, and you see Jeffrey's like fucking standing over me. He's talking shit to me. He's literally just standing over me, talking shit.
Let me see.
I'm on the floor, like I'm begging for help, and Jeffrey's just standing there. Just standing there like this because at some point he got off of me, and he's fucking he's sitting there saying, oh, you attacked me, and you just did all this shit. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck off. And then at some point he's kicking me too. So I'm on the floor while he's standing there, and he's fucking kicking me on the floor. So it's just like, it was just, and it was hard to pay attention to everything because, to be honest with you, fucking, I was on the ground and rolling around and shit, so it was hard, but, it was uncalled, to say it's uncalled for.
Have him send that to you.
Alright, man. I'm gonna give you a business card.
Hey.
Hello.
I will happily get it.
Sorry you guys had to go through all this today.
Excitement of the week.
What I want you to do is send me those videos you had. Like anything related to this, no matter how important you think it might be, just go ahead and email it to me, alright?
I mean, it was just like, and you could see him, like I said, I was trying to record it. I was desperately trying, this is me wrestling, I can assure you part of this is me wrestling my phone from him. Because you can see that black hand right there, you see that black hand, that's him grabbing the phone. Because he doesn't want me to call the police, he doesn't want me to get help. They both should be. And Nancy should be evicted for standing there and laughing. When she laughed at me while I was on the floor.
More? I'm tired already.
She was down there the whole freaking time. The whole time. I mean, except for the very moment when I opened the door and they were in the hallway. She came out when she heard noise, and then like I said, she was just like, she was on her side. It was like which is crazy to me because now that like, everybody's acknowledging that this has happened before. She's all out there being buddy with everybody, and it's like, dude, you stood there while he was trying to. He was cutting me with a knife. Literally, he stabbed me and cut me with a knife.
Right. Alright, man. So there's that business card. My email's gonna be on the front. Can you just email me any of that footage?
Absolutely.
Yo,
Yeah, man.
he also needs a Kodo cycle.
Oh, yeah. So The other question I have for him, I'll grab something.
I don't know if you want to I don't know.
When we got here, there was already blood up to the door that we came into.
Yeah, because I
How
was
was that?
Because when I came on, because at some point I literally remember I said I went all the way down the hallway and I was gonna leave. Like I was trying to come out, but at the same time, when I went all the way down out there, I realized that I had left the door open and I left my phone in the apartment, so I had to come back. And then when I came back, that was when Jeffrey grabbed his fucking, that first time I came back, that's when Jeffrey put his hands around me again. This time he put me in a headlock and was like slamming me as hard as he could into the wall. You know, like mad because like I could tell the situation, clearly he was mad at that particular moment because we called the police because this is fucking crazy. And he was pissed off about that, so that's why I know that's why he reacted that way. I didn't even fight him. I didn't even try to fight him. I just literally, as he did that, I pulled away from him, walked back in, grabbed my phone, and I shut the door. And then I just head out. I met you guys in the fucking hallway.
Okay, so
You know, that's as best as I can.
You went down
remember
there,
everything, yeah.
realized your door's unlocked.
Yeah, there was a couple times I had to go down, came back because I was trying to get out, but I was like, I can't leave Riley with the door open because he's crazy. Like he would kill her or something. Like he would do something horrible. And I was like, I cannot leave, and not to mention my phone was in there, and he knew I was recording. I was trying to record, like I said, and I'm on the floor, and you can see it, like it's just. Thank God I was able to push record because that one with showing him like wrestling my phone while Jeffrey standing, like it's crazy, dude. Like you don't do that to anybody. And like I said, I was just dragging blood with me as I went down the hallway. Because and I would have, normally I would have just left and sat outside, but I was fucking disoriented, man, and in shock and trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And I really, like I said, I was just forgetting shit, and I had to come back. So that was the reason that there was probably blood all the way down there. I know it because I was at some point I was dizzy. I was having a hard time standing up because he was fucking slamming my head into the floor and into the wall that brief moment, but mostly into the floor.
How many times would you say you slammed your head into the
I
floor?
don't fucking know, man. It was so many times. It was just like he was slamming it, and it was me wrestling him. Sometimes I get my head hit just from fucking wrestling him away from me. Like just because he would just like, he'd be pushing and I'd be pushing and then, I hit my head because this son of a bitch is literally like trying to like put his knees around my neck. Like just doing whatever. He's like wrestling me like we're like fucking in high school or something, except it's much worse and he's trying to kill me. And it was just crazy aggression, like over and over again. And just coming and...
Do you recall anything Larry said during this entire altercation?
Yeah, he liked this. He was, towards the end of it, when Ken said he was fucking calling the cops, he was spewing things about the N-word and saying things like that, like I was some kind of racist or something. And I was like, dude, you're crazy if you think this is gonna work. You're in my house trying to stab me with a knife, trying to pull my eyes out of my head. Like you're out of your mind if you think.
Do you remember exactly what he said when he was trying to stab you? And
he was like, he said he was going to kill me, in those words, several times, while I was on the floor, and then especially when I tried to grab the knife. When I actually got a hold of it, he told me he was going to kill me, and he was going to kill me with a knife. And that's what he tried to do, over and over again. And like I said, if I hadn't pressed, you should have seen the pressure he was putting on my hands. Like if I had let go, he would have slid that knife into my chest. And I don't care how angry he is, like that's fucking nuts.
Alright, man. Have you ever heard of COBA?
A COBA?
COBA. So what I'm giving you here, this is a little pamphlet, and you can read through it. It's going to explain a lot of it. But basically, you're afforded certain rights, being the victim that you were. So there's going to be some things in here that you might be interested in. You can get therapy, you can do it over the phone.
Well, I've got therapy coming, that's for sure, this week.
And so then you can call, there's numbers there if you want, like I said, if you want to do it in person, you can try to set something up, or you can do it over the phone if you
I've got a ton of mental health through the VA. Trust me, this is just adding to my PTSD for them. So I thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate that you guys do stuff like that. That's important. It's important because people need this.
Well, don't hesitate to get yourself down to VA. I've used it before. I know how long they can take.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just grateful it was paid for.
And too.
Thanks, you guys, for your
man.
service and your time, and I'm really sorry.
I need to some.
Hey,
just-
I'm not
hope
touching
you have a
it.
better day, alright?
Hey, you guys as well, and
No, I'm.
I'll see you next time. Well, not next time.
Hopefully not again.
Not ever again. Thanks again. No, have a great day. You know,
Maybe you guys can exchange cat stories.